Hello, my people. Hello, my people. Welcome back again to episode number 2 of 3K Daily, brought to you by your host, me, Darius 3K. And like I said, the news keeps on coming. We've got good news, bad news. I'm only looking at the good news today. And for me, the really good news is, as the title says, Conte could be here for a while. Do you believe Conte is going to be here for a while? I'm excited to talk about this because this, for me, sets up our season, sets up our, future going forward. And I think it's a good, base to have for this club. If he can really commit his future to this club, it's a good base to have, knowing that his track record suggests if he's here for more than 2-3 years, we could potentially have a league title. So I know we're Tottenham Hotspur. I know we haven't won in, 50, 60 years. But hey, this man makes miracles. You look at Inter Milan, you look at all the other clubs, and he has changed them. So yeah, they may have won before, but he's come and revolutionized clubs. And I hopefully will be able to, discuss this with you, and you can give me your opinion, and we can really enjoy this time that we have with him. So yeah, before we get into it, let's like and subscribe this video, please. You know how much it helps us. It goes so far. Paxton Road is always going to be here to bring you out content. We've got a watch along in 4 hours time as well, so you know that we're going to always bring you out top quality content. Me and Sean will be doing that. As Sean says, he's home here ready to watch this, and he'll be with me soon to watch the Roma game as well. So very excited for that. But I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very happy. Let's see what everybody else has to say. Hottest Spur, hello. Loving the Richarlison picture. It's one of my favorite Richarlison pictures. I believe Conte will stay if he is continually backed. It's on Levy. On the face of it, it's good news. More use of us and we. Yeah, it's a very, very telling thing using that us and we. And I mean, to be fair with you, like I said, I'm not gonna waste anybody's time. I'm gonna get straight into it. I have if you bear with me 2 seconds, a little bit of an excerpt. If you guys can't read it, I will read it as well. This comes from Football London. This from the website. Obviously, this is from the press conference recently Conte held. Can't remember who it was who asked him the question, but the question was: in recent years, the club has struggled to reach the Champions League, but your arrival seems to have changed the DNA of the club. And he answered this: as I've said before, our plan is to try become competitive more than the past. But you know very well that in football, you build something important in 1 day, 1 month, 1 year. You have to go step by step and try to increase the quality, increase the number of players in your squad. Don't forget that when a team stay in the top 4 and play European games, you need to face 4 competitions in the best possible way. To do this, you need a good squad with good quality. We are trying to do this, but we have just started this process. Last season, I think we have worked very well to reach a place in the Champions League. At the same time, I think we've exploited United's problems in the last 3 games. Arsenal were 4 points up on us, and for the reason we have to continue with the club to build with the players to continue to improve them. They have a lot of space for improvement. This is a young team, and we can work for many years together to improve and fight with the best teams in England and Europe. And I think the highlight of that whole, excerpt there is the final sentence. It's a young team, and we can work for many years together to improve and fight with the best teams in England and Europe. So it seems like Conte is happy, in my opinion. I think he's been satisfied with what's happened in the market so far. I think he's quite happy to see that, a lot of the players came early before, they went to Korea for that preseason tour. So I think he's very, very happy to see that progress is made. Paratici's given him what he wants. Levy's given him what he wants. And he's also, green-lighted maybe a signing in Jed Spencer. Maybe not, might have been his top choice, but he still sees that potential and sees, the quality in there. So loads of positives to take from that. I think he's very happy at the club, and it's a good thing to see from Conte that he's willing to commit those times. I know we have Spurs have an option to extend his contract for a further year. I think that's pretty much Spurs' choice, whether they do that. But again, the way he's talking, it seems like business isn't done yet in the market. I think he probably knows that maybe he is getting another centre-back in after this road on sale, maybe an attacking mid as well. And like he said, and like a lot of people have said, the Hottest Spur mentioned it, if he's back and he's given what he wants, he's very, very happy. And he's willing to commit to a club. And I definitely think it's interesting to hear those words from Conte, because a lot of people and when I say people, I say rival fans, probably wishing on our downfall by saying Conte's not going to be here for long. Make the most of it. He's only here for 2 years. But we'll bring something up in just a second that we can see that maybe suggests Conte is trying and was trying to commit to a club, but just couldn't, find that project and find that club that were willing to cope with his high demands. And he does have high demands, but Spurs are now financially in a position, I believe, where we definitely can keep those demands what Conte wants. So yeah, let's have a quick look at what everybody says. I think Sean's just mentioned here in a Twitter space yesterday, an Italian commentator said that Conte is in his happy place. Don't know if the guy knows, but he's currently encouraging. Well, again, all good things, all good signs, loads of things to be positive about. And I'm going to bring up this next little overlay here just to show you this graphic just here. Just on Conte's sort of previous tenure and what people have been mentioning about sort of him staying at clubs and not really staying there long. If we look, and I know it might be hard to see, so I will again just sort of read through. I've sort of kept the track of how long he stayed in months from when he was at Bari. So he joined Bari, obviously, December 2007, left in June 2009, was there for 18 months. Then moved to Atalanta in 2009, stayed there for 4 months. Then went to Siena, May 2010, stayed there for a year almost. Then was off to Juventus after that, stayed there for a year. Then again, I think he went back 19 months at Juventus. Italy, then moved on 22 months at what's it called, an international club, which I believe is quite a short period of time, bearing in mind, the short amount of games you've got, the tournaments that you could potentially compete in. It's a short amount of time for an international manager. Then he obviously went to Chelsea, spent 24 months there, and then he went to Inter as well and spent 24 months at Inter. So as you can see on the right-hand side, apart from obviously his first tenure at Bari, every single tenure that Conte's been at has gone up. And for me, that's quite telling. And you look at obviously, I'm not too sure on the Siena tenure. I don't really know how much he wanted back, and he seemed to have done well. He accumulated 1.82 points, which is pretty good for a team like Siena. So he obviously maybe set his sights a little bit higher, maybe wanted more, ended up leaving. But at Juventus, his demands were very high, and he wanted a lot from the club, and I don't think Juventus could keep to his demands. And as it's famously known, he left, I think it's either 3 weeks or 3 days into the pre-season and left for Italy. So there from Chelsea, you look at Chelsea and you look at the players that they were brought in for Chelsea, and he wasn't really given the players that he wants. I don't really believe that, the likes of Danny Drinkwater are players that he would request. And I just feel like, again, when Conte doesn't get what he wants, he's out. And again, with that, makes sense why he would leave if he wasn't, getting what he wants. So difficult for me to, again, see that as, Conte not sticking with his guns and what he's always claimed he's wanted. Then you go to Inter, had a good start at Inter. They obviously finished 4th, I believe, in the first season, then won the league in the second season. Again, Inter had promised Conte a lot, had bought him a lot, and nobody can predict COVID, but you see what happens with COVID, and financially Inter are just currently in turmoil at the moment. They're struggling now more than ever, and it just looks like, again, in that situation, Conte did not want to stay there if they did not want to meet his demands. And again, when you sell the likes of Lukaku and other players and Hakimi, it's a recipe for disaster. So yeah, Conte then had to leave there, and then lucky little Spurs managed to get him. And again, we were in turmoil. He's now put us in the Champions League, and he's requested a lot, but in face value, it's not financially going to be, breaking our backs. Player-wise, we've had to buy a lot more players, but they're all going to have an impact on that team. He's gotten what he wants. I think he's going to get more. So he's happy. And as Sean said, if that Italian commentator has a bit of knowledge, then you can clearly see that he is happy and he wants to stay at Tottenham. So long as Tottenham aren't, and you look at so long as Tottenham aren't in a financial crisis like Inter, don't buy the players that he doesn't want like Chelsea. I don't really see why he's not going to stay longer. I mean, he stayed 2 years at both those clubs, and if he was, given the things that he wanted, I think he would be there a lot longer. I don't think we'd have Conte as a manager now had Inter, not had to suffer the financial problems they did it during COVID, and obviously losing or having to sell Lukaku is a big blow as well. So very, very, very interesting to look at it from a month's standpoint and see that as his managerial career has gone on, the length he stayed at clubs has also increased, and it's positive signs for Tottenham. I'm very, very excited to see that come to fruition. And for me, I think given the fact that our stadium is now really a big money maker, revenue's back in full force again, obviously with the full-time seasons, or should I say full capacity seasons happening again. Obviously last season was full capacity. Spurs are in a financially very, very good position. We had obviously 150 million cash injection. There's a lot of financial incentives for Conte to stay. I mean, he's got state-of-the-art quality infrastructure at Spurs. The training ground is amazing. Everything is amazing. The stadium is amazing. The fans adore him. I struggle to see why he would be angry, and I struggle to see why people say he's got a 2-year timer on him, because it's just what history says. And if you actually look at the entire history, he's gradually become more tolerant for staying. So maybe Conte's found the club that can give him what he wants, and he really feels he can challenge with. And this season is the massive one for me. If we can, and I'm not saying we can win the league, I don't really think we are going to win the league, but I do sort of expect a title challenge, and I expect us to bridge that gap significantly with City and Liverpool to potentially within that 6 to 10 point gap. And for me, if we can get a domestic trophy and we can really close a gap between that front two who have been just running away with the leagues for the past how many years now, 7-8 years, then yeah, I think that's progress, and I think Conte would see that as progress. And then you go and build on the team again next season. You get that left centre back in, and he's even stronger than last season. I think I think Son and Kane would really still be at a high level, even if they were in 30 and 31 years old respectively. I think they'd still be performing at a high level. So I'm very, 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 very excited. I'm very excited to see that this has happened. And thank you, Sean, for correcting me. I may have just gotten that mistake there. At his first year, Inter was second by a point to Juve, and then they won it. So complete mistake by me there. Even better results for Conte. He got second place. I think they finished fourth in the season before, if I'm not mistaken. And then he got second, or whatever happened. He's clearly proven that he's got the back. He needs the backing, and he gets it, and he'll do well. I don't know, and I know you mentioned Hotspur about an FPL league. Sean says to speak to Jody. Hopefully that is right, because I am not too sure on football or fantasy Premier League. I don't like doing it. I like doing the cups like World Cup and Euros, but I'm not a fantasy Premier League fan. So no, don't check out me for that stuff. Hello, John. City is still miles ahead of us. We need another top class centre back. As I just said, I agree with you there, mate. If we can get a good centre back in replacement for Rodon to compete with Dyer and not be a backup to Dyer, because I hate that word. I want a centre back to compete with Dyer. Then I think we could potentially mount one. I still believe that one of those two teams have to have, or both of those teams have to have a big wobble and a big, mistake in that season for us to really capitalise. But you never know what can happen given this World Cup season. So yeah, I'm still title challenge. I still think it's definitely, like I said, 6 to 10 point gap between them. And a domestic trophy is progress for me. Hello, Jody. Everyone says hi to Jody. She's the best. Judge Jody says good afternoon. And I'm feeling really good. And I hope you're feeling good about the news as well, Jody. So yeah, there's not really, there wasn't really much else I really wanted to speak about with you guys, to be fair. I just wanted to let you know that we potentially could have Conte for a lot longer. And I do think that we should be, ignoring those people that says, oh, he's not here for longer, because focus on your own club, and we should focus on our club. So I'm excited. I hope you all are excited as me. Please let me know in the comments after this video what you feel about the same that we spoke about with everybody here. Hearty Spurs with me again from yesterday. Sean was with me. John was with me. Thank you so much. Jody Spursy 141 was with me. I'm so happy to have you all here. Even the random Facebook user was with me. So thank you very much for that. No, but please, if you are, if you didn't watch this video live, please watch it in the comment section. Check it out. please comment in the comment section and check out the video. And you know what, enjoy the rest of your day, because we've got a community shield at 5 o'clock and then Spurs at 7 o'clock. So we've got the watch along as well, obviously, to watch. Please check out me and Sean. We'll be doing the watch along versus Roma, 7:15 kickoff, I think it is, not 7 o'clock. So you can watch the community shield, then you can come down and watch us on Paxton Row TV. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you enjoy, my content, Jodie's content, Sam's content, Sid's content, Sean's content. You have to like everything to show that you love us, because we love you guys and we want to bring out all this content for you. So all you need to do to show us that love back is hit that like button, and that video and that content quality will always be there and it'll always get better. So thank you very much, guys. And you know what? We'll see you very, very soon. See you soon.